welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the CONQU3R Radio Show. I'm your host, Tevin, here with my lovely co-host, Cliche. And let's just give a condolences and praise to the family for Didi Cruz, who couldn't be here. Her mom passed last week, so shout out to you, Didi Cruz. Positivity, prayer, and good energy sent to your way and your family. And I do have a special guest, a friend of mine who did my hair last week. Ever since, I ain't gonna get into all that. But Nirvana, y'all, she is joining the conversation, and the conversation today is the rape culture and the sexual assault agenda against Black women. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so I thought it would be fitting to talk about a topic like this. What y'all think?
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, different. Yeah, we want to get more serious. We talk about deep stuff, man. That's what our show is about. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about this, especially in our community.
Pull the mic down so you can talk to the mic, sir.
Thank you, brother. Shout out to my producer, y'all. B. He do his thing sometimes, part time. So.
Thank you, B.
Okay. Now, since this is a deep topic, I did some research. I went to APA.org, so that stands for the American Psychological Association. And some things I wrote down that stood out to me as far as like facts with Black women and Black women being raped or sexually assaulted. So I want to state this right quick. For every Black woman who reports rape, at least 15 Black women do not report it. Right? 1 in 4 Black girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18. 1 in 5 Black women are survivors of rape. Now this one stuck out to me. 35% of Black women experience some form of contact sexual violence during their lifetime. 35%. That's a high number.
I was gonna say that's kind of low.
Low.
I mean, I know enough women to be like, I know a woman
Right.
who's been sexually assaulted, like,
Right.
and a friend who's been almost raped. So,
Right.
and that's just two that I personally know.
Yeah. Like close friends.
Yes.
Right. So my thing too, because I thought about this, and that's kind of what kind of triggered me to think about this topic. Like, we know a lot of victims of sexual assault or rape, but we don't know the doers or the act of, or the people who do the act.
Right.
And I feel like in the Black community, we know them, but we don't do nothing about them, especially within the family, especially on the rape part and like molestation. Because we always know, and I feel like it's a culture thing to sweep that under the rug, that we sweep that under the rug. And the victim, we don't really support the victim. He's family, it didn't mean to happen, this and that. Any, like, excuse after excuse to be like, I know what happened, I know it was bad, but you'll get over it. Give you a little pat on the back and send you on your way. So let's talk about this.
The way a lot of Black families are raised is what happens in this house stays in this house.
That's wholeheartedly.
However, this house is a nightmare. This is a haunted house. The way
Right. Go ahead, speak from the heart.
We know them. It's one. You can have an idea. You can have an idea about a certain family member, but if you don't have any proof,
Right.
that's the next thing. Because some family members, they just give you that bad vibe.
Yeah, I got my hand raised too. So
Some family members, just give you that off vibe, like something's not right.
Cliche, I'm gonna challenge you on this respectfully.
Yes.
Cause you slick just sound like you said, so the girl saying what happened is not enough. We need proof. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not. I'm not saying that scenario. I'm not
Okay.
saying that scenario
I
happens.
just had to check you now because that would have sick sound
I
out.
got a question.
What's up?
So, is it just women being raped?
No.
Don't
No.
men get raped too?
Yeah, but
that's
it's
right.
only a small percentage. It's like 10%.
I wouldn't even say it's a small percentage. I'd say that I guess we perceive like a lot of guys to love sexual activity more. So when we do it, we don't think nothing of it.
Mm.
When women do
Yeah,
to men.
we don't do.
So
don't think nothing of it.
what do y'all think it is?
Hold on, no, I don't think that. Hold on
right,
now.
Right. And
Don't
I'll say that
hashtag
first.
me
Then I
too.
won't be the response to
Continue.
Well, I'm just saying. So when women do it, it's okay.
No, I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm just saying like it's a
Hold the
lot
mic up
of.
to you so we can hear.
My bad. Okay, yeah, I'm not
Hold
saying.
up that way. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Right.
Look
You
at
gotta
that.
kiss- you gotta kiss it
Yeah,
now.
there you go now.
I see. But no, I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying that it's guys are more, I guess, in this day and age perceived as more sexually active. Like they want it more than we do.
You're trying to say the guys perceived as a progressor.
More so, yeah. So when the female may want it more than the guy, it's
Right.
kind of just like, well, we know you're not gonna say no because what guy says no?
Okay, but
Mm.
let's look at this now. Now it's a difference now because now we have same sex
Right.
relationship.
Right.
True.
So couldn't a woman rape another woman?
Yeah, they did it.
Couldn't another man rape
Yeah.
another man?
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't in that movie? The Players. Was it the Players Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Players Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So can we really say that even though you have your data
Yeah.
or your statistics,
Right.
it's on both sides?
It's definitely on both sides.
Because now we have a lot of older women dating younger guys,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times,
Praying.
if the woman,
Praying, yes.
if the older lady has a higher sex drive
Right.
and he don't really want it, is that rape or is she just taking it? Or what we call it? Cougar, right? I know we call them cougar.
Right.
They're saying. I'm ready. Come
That's
on.
not
Right.
that's not the term cougar. That's what they.
Well,
Hold
what's that
on.
called?
I was on the right. No, you threw me off for a second because when you was like, what if she forces herself on? What if she forces herself on him?
Right.
Would she still be considered a cougar? That's not a cougar to me. That's a rapist.
Yeah, that's still a
Yeah.
rapist.
Okay, it is, but
Are you
however,
saying
we
does
don't-
the age difference? Are you
no, but you know you call it a rapist, but she doesn't call it a rape.
what age?
Well, you know,
It's not an age
It ain't
thing.
really age.
Right.
He's really just
Okay.
going back to saying
Yeah, I'm
like
just saying.
older
Okay.
women are cougars when they go for younger men.
Right.
Okay.
Not the act of
Just
rape,
like y'all,
yeah.
just like older men that date younger women, they call them what? Sugar daddy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You shaking
Why you
your
shaking your
head?
head?
You shake your head.
You got something to tell us?
She got one.
No,
I ain't got
she
no
do.
sugar
She
daddy.
got one.
I ain't got no sugar.
She got
I've
one.
had a few guys offer to
Right.
be a sugar daddy.
And you didn't want to give no.
I don't. You don't eat sugar every day.
Oh.
We gon'
So your sugar is cane or it's another type of sugar?
She got organic sugar.
That sugar.
And we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back at these messages, y'all. Sugar talk, 1-on-1. Oh man. Okay. Welcome back. I'm your host, Evan Hero, with my lovely co-host, Cliche, and my special guest, Nirvana. And we are talking about Shh, don't tell nobody. And shout out to my producer, because we talked about this off the mic. And he brought up an
I need
interesting...
to talk to the mic.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's what's squeaking.
Okay, sorry, bro. He brought up an interesting topic.
Mike, wait over to the left. He over there.
Okay, man. let me do my thing, bro. Is it less punishment?
I'm talking to the mic.
Oh
man.
my God, bro. Is this good? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. When you pull away, it's like you.
Okay. But we good right here, though, right?
Right.
We good right here. Okay, so is it less punishment when a woman sexually assault or rape a man?
Yes.
Do you agree, too, Nirvana?
Yeah.
Why do y'all think?
I don't
Why
think
do
there
you?
is no punishment. if a woman rapes a man?
Why do you? I want to hear the ladies first. Why do y'all think that is?
Ooh, look, they got tents. You see that?
Right.
Look.
Right, both of them got their shoulders straight.
Right.
Nah, it might not be like no legal punishment, but like
Right.
it might
It's
be
a social stigma.
Right.
it might be like in your relationship.
Mm.
Because if the guy feel like you took it, just like we feel, if y'all take it, we're gonna feel some type of way. Like we're gonna feel some type of way.
But
So
is
it might be-
it a relationship if he took it? It could just be y'all just got together and she just wanted it.
it could be a marriage,
It could be.
still a
Speaking from
relationship,
experience.
still a relationship.
It could be. But it doesn't have to be a relationship for her to take it.
Right.
I mean, you're right.
True.
It's called one night stand.
True.
Or what's the other word? Rape.
It just depends on consent, though, right?
It do depend on consent, but
I'm not in the mood,
yeah.
you know, and she goes down and trying to fix that for you, and all of a sudden you're in the mood now. Is that right?
You said you in the mood now.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
say this right.
But
So,
sometimes it's not like that, though.
But y'all heard of teachers who have took advantage of younger kids.
Right.
Okay. And just
You hearing a lot about that now.
Let's say teenage kids in high school. Okay.
Right.
That teenage kid is not going to go and tell his friends,
Or her
my
friends.
teacher
Right.
took it.
Mm.
Especially if it's guy.
Yeah, they ain't gonna word it like that.
They're gonna be
Exactly.
happy though.
Right. They're definitely
and
not
they're
gonna
be
word
like,
it
oh,
like
I
that.
just did da. Then once somebody find out, then it's a problem.
Right.
But that young man gonna be happy as a little kid in campus.
There
Because
was
he's gonna be
a,
like, you know, my teacher likes me.
when I was in high school, I ain't gonna. When I was
Yeah,
in high
you
school,
go ahead. You
Yeah.
might as well. You don't start it now.
Right.
Might as well go and finish it.
there was supposedly one of my female classmates dating the science teacher.
Oh my goodness.
Don't know the validity to that, but I just know they were extra friendly
Right.
with each other a lot of times.
Right.
So
Did something go down with that?
I don't know. That was just the biggest
Oh.
talk.
Right.
About what?
My female classmate dating the science teacher.
Science.
And let me stop saying
Was it a he? Okay, so your friend was a female.
that wasn't my friend.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me.
I didn't know her. No, I don't know her.
So she told you.
No.
So how you find out? It was
Yeah.
talk.
It was just talk, and it's just the way you seen them interact.
And you knew that they had.
No.
So
That's
how
it.
if you saw them interact, you would have known something. You just ain't gonna know by interaction.
You know by extra flirt. You know when somebody's flirting.
Why are you looking at me
You
like
know
this?
when I'm gonna say it like this. You'll know when you'll know when people are flirting with each other.
Right.
So
That's all I've seen.
okay. So you saw it and you just knew it from seeing. You knew something was going on.
Yeah,
And-
you
and-
know
and-
something's going
And-
on,
and-
but
and-
it's just
and-
like
and what did she say?
if you don't have no proof, if you don't go up and ask her, first of all, if you don't go up and ask nobody,
Right.
But what did she say?
Yeah. Did you hear anything come out her mouth? What about teacher mouth?
of course they're not gonna.
Teacher
Of course
mouth.
they're not gonna say it.
Right.
Of course they're not gonna
Why
say
come
it.
they won't say it?
The teacher's not gonna say it.
But the student had to say, somebody had to know.
The
it.
student more than likely said it.
And so the
They
student
said they
come on, bring it on out.
Right. Come on, cliche now.
Let's conquer you. We're trying to conquer you.
Right.
No, like yo, if you don't been seen in somebody's car a few times, like
You just like, okay, something's up.
something ain't right now.
No, not necessarily. Just because you're in a car, you get in a ride.
On your teacher?
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
A few times.
Nah.
It depends. You know, sometimes parents work out to where the teacher can drop the student off. You just never know. Could be innocent. I'm not saying they're not, but I'm just saying could be innocent. You cross your legs on that.
Right. I'm giving that. That's that vibe. Next topic. That was
I mean,
nice.
okay, so suppose it was a male student, and the female teacher was picking him up every day.
And if you saw them getting flirty and it would be the same reaction.
Same
So,
reaction.
like,
So we're
they
keeping the same energy across
Keeping
the
the
board,
same
right?
energy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. As long as we know that. So let's get back to the women part now. So I dated a woman. I ain't gonna say her name, but shout out to her though.
Why you gonna give her a shout out? I mean, just lay down right there.
No, it ain't, bro.
Go ahead.
We're keeping this G classified. But I'm gonna tell the story though.
You done gave her a shout out though. It ain't declassified no more.
I'm like, that boy trolling. He want to troll today. It's a good day today. That's probably why. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day today, man. It's my son's birthday. Shout out to my son. But anyway, back to the story. So I dated her. Yeah, right. But so I dated her, right? And she opened up to me that she was molested when she was younger by her older cousins.
Okay.
And I remember when we was at the I forgot where we was at, the movies, or maybe just sitting down watching TV or something. And I remember putting my arms around her, right? And she flinched. And I'm like, why'd you flinch? I'm your man, you know? And she didn't say anything about it. So after, you know, we did our thing or whatever, she finally, you know, called me like, hey, I'm sorry.
Wait. You said did your thing.
Yeah.
So you flinched. You did your thing, and you know she flinched.
No, like, we hung out for the rest of that night.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Woo.
I mean, isn't that what he said, right?
I could get why he thought that, because you have to.
Yeah. That's why I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
I'm
But
just asking.
we hung out.
Because for a second,
We don't want to be calling you
like that.
you sound like you're right.
No. Definitely don't get all them vibes. But we hung out for the rest of that night. And I remember when she called me later on that night. And she said, hey, I'm sorry that I reacted the way I did when you were just trying to be affectionate with me. You know, but it just triggered me because when one of those incidents went down, that's how it started. So she really had to get re-comfortable with me to proceed, you know, with the night or whatever. And I'm thinking, like, dang, like those triggers and that trauma really carries for the rest of your life unless you deal with it, unless you conquer it, you know? And I think a lot of women don't know how to go about dealing with it because the initial reaction to the response or the initial response to that action was little to no help. A pat on the back, going about your day, you know? So how y'all feel about that, ladies?
It also plays a big part, like, race-wise, on who's seen as a victim.
Elaborate, please.
Black girls are more likely to be sexually objectified at a younger age.
I agree.
Black boys are seen as less adult. I mean, they're more likely to be seen as adults.
You said African American boy?
I was trying to say black boys. All that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I'm saying,
Yes.
You think that instead of young white men?
Yeah.
Because man is a man. And if you're doing it, you're doing it.
No,
Right.
what I'm saying as they're more likely to get a punishment. Black boys are more
If they're proven
guilty.
Okay.
Their punishments are harsher.
Okay.
Their punishments are harsher.
Right.
A lot of times you don't even need that much proof when it comes, you know, to black people.
You just need to say it.
You just need to
For
say it.
black boys, you just need to say it. There doesn't need to be any proof about that. And listeners, be sure to call
But
in
when
at
you're a black woman, you
508.
need all the proof in the world.
Right.
But-
508-645-0100. We'll be back after these messages.
Say it a little slower so the people can hear. You say it
Okay.
so usually
My bad. I was. 508-645-0100. Please call y'all. We want y'all opinions.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back, listeners. Be sure to call in. We will love your opinion and feedback on this conversation. 508-645-0100. Again, that is 508-645-0100. We are talking about rape and the sexual assault culture in the black community. And B brought up another good question. B, take it away. I want you to ask that again for the listeners.
So my question is, if that was vice versa, like he said, you know, he put his arms around a young lady and she flinched.
Right.
If you all as women had put your arms around the guy and he flinched, would that have caused some type of insecurity with you all to make y'all feel? Because at first you gon' feel like something wrong with me. Why he do that? Like he weird.
Right.
Ooh, I don't know where I got this one done. I got to check this one. I need to do a background check.
No.
Would that bother you?
No.
Why not?
Okay, yeah, it wouldn't bother me, and one, I wouldn't feel like First of all, you have to be an insecure
See, you're
person.
so confident.
To
I
feel
don't
like,
really know.
yeah, I'm confident.
Anything
I'm
bother
super
you.
confident because I'm a good woman. I
I mean, she's so confident that he gonna call me again. I'm just that chick.
I'm just saying, it ain't even that. Like, I know I got a good heart, so I'm not about to take no offense to that. Like, I actually care about how people feel and stuff. So that's why if he flinched, you good? What's wrong? Like, but that's how I talk. Are you good?
Right.
And like, if he tell me his backstory and he got something going on, yeah, like I'm gonna still be considerate of that. I'm not gonna leave him because I have heard from some men.
See?
If
we got a call.
Keep talking.
I've heard from some men when they hear that a woman had got raped or molested or something, they be like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with her. I'm leaving her alone. Like,
but that's probably because of some traumatic issues.
Okay, caller, you on live. How are you and what's your name and where you from? Right.
And I was wondering why were you guys kind of laughing and joking about it? Because, molestation, rape, sexual assault, it does leave trauma, it does leave a scar.
Right.
And sometimes most women don't talk about it immediately because, first of all, there is trauma.
Right.
You have a lot of emotions going on with that woman, at that time. But
You want me to answer this question?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all right, because I can answer. I can answer.
Right. 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 Okay. Homie, let me say this first. I'm gonna let B go. I understand exactly what you're saying, Lynn, but I want to be clear with you, respectfully. Don't confuse us laughing within the conversation with laughing about the topic. There's nothing funny about sexual assault and rape, especially with black women, and just people, period. Now, we said some things that was laughable within the conversation, but we're not taking this topic lightly or humorously. Just to be clear, respectfully. B, did you have anything to add to that? Oh, okay. And that's okay. Right. It is. Right. Right.
Well, Ms. Lynn, I think one of the issues is that, it is a talk show. And so we're going to have dialogue throughout the show. Nothing is funny about the situation, but it's different topics and different issues. We have, the generations now are different now than what others have grown. You have, Generation X babies, you have, this new age children, young people. And so in some of those cases, some of them may do things that don't think it is rape. However, and so it's not that we were laughing about the situation. Rape, period, is not a funny matter. We know that.
Right.
However, because it's a dialogue, you just can't be all the way serious like you're not talking. We're not laughing about the situation. We're laughing more about, some of the dialogue that we're having when it comes to everybody having different opinions on things. And so it's not that we're laughing. It's not a funny issue.
Right.
It's very serious. It's just that because it's dialogue, then dialogue is different. It's not a monologue here, it's dialogue. So with dialogue, you'll have different personalities, you'll have different answers. So we're not, laughing at the matter. It's just that, different things happen, and it just goes with the dialogue as a radio show. More than say it's just a monologue.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Understand. Thank you.
Okay. Did you have any more questions or opinions?
No, that was it. I really just wanted to hear more of just some of the, like you guys are really, really good questions.
Right.
So I'm just trying to basically hear, because I've been a victim myself.
Mm.
Early on in age, and it was my boyfriend.
Mm.
And then one time it was my brother's friend.
Mm.
So that didn't, fall under the flag. But I'm just saying, I know how serious it is, and I know why I didn't say anything.
So I,
I still don't know much to this day.
so I'm gonna ask you a question. How did
Let her finish.
okay?
Are you finished?
That was pretty much it.
So how did you deal with it since you've been through it? How did you deal with it and get married? I guess get married and then have to live with that, but also share it with your spouse about what happened and dealt with it without it really taking you out emotionally.
Okay, and I think one of you all mentioned this was when I was like maybe 18 in a very serious dating relationship.
Okay.
And so being from that black community and the part of the community that we work from,
Mm-hmm.
you did see things under the rug. So of course I didn't tell my parents
Mm.
about it because I was supposed to be with this guy anyway.
Mm.
I was doing my own thinking around.
You get something you ain't know about. Don't.
Right.
So that never got talked about as far as that concerned. And now with my brother, friend, this was on my way again to campus with me and my little sister, who was new, but they came up my younger sister.
Right.
And so she tried to break me, but if it wasn't for her, he kept off of me and he did throw me down and he was trying to pick up my clothes. And even that part was traumatizing because this guy came to our house every day or almost every day to get my furniture and shit to hang out.
Right.
I still did not tell because I didn't know if I was going to get a whooping,
Mm.
or what. I didn't know.
That fear.
So I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't raising security in our community.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Eventually he did get caught.
Well, I'm glad he did. Mm. Right.
Dang.
15. Right. Right. Right.
Because I had shared it, but pain that is buried is still alive until you really deal with it so that you can be healed.
Right.
So I'm healed now, but then I was wrong because I was burying it. So he didn't know about any of this until 15 years into the marriage.
Right.
And I was still, I remember Kevin saying something about the young lady was drinking and all that with him. And
Right.
that's how I was where we started dating online. And then even in a relationship, because it does traumatize you.
Right.
Because you're thinking, what did you do to deserve this violation?
Mm.
That has been committed against you this crime. So really, you're looking at yourself more than the person who committed the crime. You're looking at yourself as what did I do to deserve it? And so you're really blaming yourself, big guilt, big shame. And so until that can be done with,
Oh.
then you can
Okay, Lynn. Lynn, stay on the line. We about to go to break. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for calling in. All right, bye-bye. Okay, y'all, we'll be back after these messages. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to the CONQU3R Radio Show. I'm your host, Tevin Hero, with my lovely co-host, Cliche, and my special guest, Nirvana. We are talking about rape and sexual assault within the black community. And my caller, well, our caller, brought up a good point.
Hello?
about. Are you good? Can you hear yourself? Can you hear me? I can hear you. You good? Okay. So let's talk about some solutions. Well, honestly, I want to talk about, because I remember her saying like how she kept that for so long, and I want to talk about, is that a culture? Is that a exercise behavior in our community to keep things under the rug?
We can't say it's a behavior because it's like she said, it was more of a fear tactic.
Okay.
So it wasn't a behavior.
Okay, let's
It's a fear response.
Okay, let's change that up then.
So
Yeah.
she wasn't saying she kept it because it was a behavior.
Right.
She was in fear that they may do something to her, or she may get in trouble because of what happened. She felt as though it was her fault,
Right.
and she felt that she would get, I guess what you call,
Ostracized?
no, she felt that she may get punished
Right.
for something that really wasn't her fault.
I wonder how many young black girls think about that.
A lot.
Too much, right?
A lot. And not only that, is sometimes the rapist will sometimes threaten that particular person and say, if you do it, I'm gonna do something to your family. Now, if you're a young kid and you love your mom or your dad or whatever, your sister and brothers, and they threaten you like that, you're not gonna say nothing. Because you're gonna think, as a little kid, you don't know.
Right.
So you feel that they're inferior.
Right.
And they are adults. And we teach our kids respect adults.
Right.
And so a kid or child, young teenager is not gonna, they're not gonna, especially during that time, it was all about, respect your elders, do what people say. So no, you won't say anything.
Right.
And then sometimes you may not have known it was wrong.
Right.
Right.
So let's talk about fixing it. So how do we fix that?
Counseling.
Counseling is
That's
one.
it.
That's it? You think that's
right
it?
now.
Yeah. That's the
Because you
starter?
can't-
Right.
Counseling and prayer. That's
Right.
it. Because you can't force it.
Right.
It's kind of like it's a.
You don't have a specific timetable. Yeah.
No, and it's a procedure. I don't want to say procedure, but it's a process.
Right.
And so that process, one person may be over it and be good, but like she said, she suppressed it.
Right.
So even if you go to counseling, are you really dealing with it, or are you suppressing it?
You suppressing it. Because the people who needs to know the truth, especially within the family, do not even know the truth. So you just suppressing it. You just want to say something just to say it, just to vent about it, and not really even go about the process or starting the process to really heal from it. You just want to speak on it because you can't speak on it in your environment. And that's where we got to change it. It starts in the home. And that's why it's vital for parents and their kids to have that communication to where you can tell me anything and mean it. Like stuff like that gets swept under the rug too much for my comment.
But you know what? This is
What?
one thing though. If that child or that teenager sees that you get a little angry with certain things,
Right.
they're not gonna tell you because they think you're gonna go and be angry.
I like that you said that because that's some real stuff.
Right. They're gonna feel if they seen you argue with their mom or their dad, and it was
Yeah.
So you tell me to come tell you anything,
Right.
I know you're gonna get angry,
Right.
and you may get angry at me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not the one that you should be angry with. Then again, I may be afraid, especially if it's uncle
Yeah.
or aunt, you gonna go after them.
Right.
I love that aunt and uncle, or I don't want you to kill them because I know that's what you're gonna do. So
Right.
it's like you kind of caught and you don't.
It's like a double-edged sword.
Correct.
Oh my goodness. So what y'all gotta say about that? I want to hear from the ladies, the black ladies.
I don't know, because I can see that fear, like,
Right.
telling your parents, because it's like that with even other things, so I'm not going to be on that topic.
Right.
But like,
I'm scared to tell my parents about bad grades.
right,
You know?
exactly, like other things like that.
Right.
It's and then to that extent, and then
Right.
especially when you're a child,
And then what's gonna be a response? Oh, let's see if we can deal about it. Or it's gonna be like, that didn't happen. Shut up and go play.
It depends on the environment because I
Right.
would say I was very lucky to be raised by a juvenile bailiff. So
Mhm.
I knew I wasn't gonna get touched.
Right.
Like,
Well, yeah, when I go out with you, they get shot.
right, like, excuse me, but it's just like, but then I also knew that if something ever did happen, I know my grandparents are gonna believe me, and I know I got the resources.
Right.
But you had the relationship.
That's when I had a
With
good
your parents.
relationship.
Right.
I had a good relationship, and it was the right environment.
And you know, the biggest thing with children and parents are you have to distinguish that you're not your child's friend.
Right. Right.
You're your child's parent.
Right.
But you also have to give them that open space to where I'm still here
Right.
if you need me.
Right.
You can tell me anything. But you can't be their friend neither, because
Right.
then no discipline comes on if you need discipline.
Right. That's true, man. So going back to how we can like work it out, fix it, it starts with what both of y'all mentioned, the relationship in the household. That's how you fix it, because that's where the root of the issue is going to continue to carry out. If you don't got a good relationship to where you can open up and say, hey, this happened to me and this is traumatizing me, you know.
But you know what? I'm gonna say one thing. Let's say that the mother went through the same thing, and then the child went through the same exact thing. When the child comes and tells the parent, that parent is gonna feel some kind of way, because the parent gonna feel it was their fault that they did not protect their child.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you got parent and child going through the same thing. It's like
Traumatized.
It's like a cycle.
Right.
Because they're gonna feel
It's a
like,
traumatizing
I
cycle.
can't believe this happened to my child.
Right.
You know, it happened to me.
Right.
Now it happened to my child. What am I gonna do? That when it goes, you know, another direction.
A generational curse, man.
No, you can't say it. You can't say
It is that, though.
No, you can't say
Yes,
it.
it
No, you can't
is.
say a generational curse. You can't say that.
Well, what can I say then?
It's statistics more than likely.
Yeah, you
more
can't say
like a
generational
statistic.
curse.
I'm gonna say generational.
You can't say generational curse.
The proper term would
Because
be-
how's a generational curse? You didn't know that your child that was gonna happen. That's not a curse.
How you deal with it can be a curse, though.
Well, maybe how you deal with it be a curse.
Yeah, not the
But-
act
but
of it
that
happening.
child-
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Not
Yeah.
the act of it happening.
Okay.
The dealing with it
You
could
know,
be a
I
curse.
mean,
That's what I meant. Just to
you-
clarify, y'all. Just clarify.
But is it really a curse? You just can't say it's a curse. It may not
Right.
be a curse. You just can't say, well, I got raped, so my child got raped. That's not a curse.
What about a generational bad habit?
And that's not a bad habit.
That's
You can't say that.
no. If
Why
if,
not?
if your
It's not
if your
their
child
fault.
got, it's
Yeah.
not their
It's not
fault.
their fault.
I'm talking about how to deal with it, like the
You
responsibility,
can't
really
deal with-
communicating
you
that.
can't deal with it like that. Because if you
Hold
tell,
on, maybe
I ain't
I'm
even
missing
talking
a
about
piece.
that.
Maybe I'm missing a piece.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
not
I'm
talking
missing
about the
something.
act of it done. I'm talking about how they respond to it can be the curse. Like
Okay,
the
I
mother,
get what you're saying.
the mother going
Just
through it,
response.
and she's holding it in, never really told nobody because of this, that, and the other. Now the daughter follows suit.
but how the daughter will fall through? The daughter didn't know. Child didn't know.
Are you
It's just like you just heard.
Right,
She held it for 15 years.
right.
I'm just saying.
I mean, she said fear.
Right.
Right.
But what I'm saying is you can't.
So that suppressed her from not wanting to communicate that, not because she didn't know how to go about it.
Well, I mean, you know, we're just hosts of the show. we just so we can't say.
I'm done.
You know, I'm just saying we just can't say that. But I'm just saying you just.
And just let y'all know, we're not laughing at rape, y'all. Just let y'all know. I'm gonna be trolling that. I'm gonna be trolling. I ain't gonna lie, because we don't think that's funny.
But
You gotta understand the conversation, you know? Okay, and that's gonna wrap it up. Man, this conversation went by fast as hell. But Navarre, I want to shout out to you for coming on.
Thank
You know, cliche, you
It was
did your
fun.
thing. Shout out to the
Thank you.
producer, B. We'll be back on next Monday at 8 p.m. God bless. God is
and
love.
Purple Kool-Aid.
And Purple Kool-Aid. Can't forget that, y'all. And Purple Kool-Aid. God bless y'all.
tastes like purple?
Purple rain.